Dying Light the following. Should you buy it? Welcome to a review series called Late Reviews, in which we play and review games sometime after their release date to see if they're worth a buy in the current state they're in. If this review helps you in any way, or if you want to see more, leave a like or even subscribe to the channel if you're keen. This review is in a 21:9 aspect ratio, so make sure to chuck it into full screen to experience the cinematic feel. In this review, I will be reviewing the DLC for Dying Light only. I've already reviewed the base game for Dying Light in a previous video, in which I will leave a card in the top right hand corner now, and also a link in the description to the actual review. This review will be shorter than usual due to me not wanting to repeat everything I've said in the previous review. Dying Light the following was first released back in February 2016 as a DLC for the base game of Dying Light. If you are not a fan of Dying Light itself, then chances are you will not be a fan of this DLC, and it will not change your opinion of Dying Light. We won't be using the normal categories for today's review since it's only a DLC, so it's going to be a slightly less structured review. You can either go into this DLC as a brand new character and struggle your way through the beginning, as it doesn't hold your hand as much as the base game, or go in with your pre-existing character, which I would personally suggest, as it seems you have to face much tougher enemies earlier. The game also recommends going in with a survival skill of 12 at the minimum, but if I remember correctly, by the time I'd finished the game, I went in with a survival skill of around 22. I personally think you'll enjoy this DLC more if you did complete the base game, as you'll already have the feel for Dying Light, you'll know how it is, and you'll be keen for some more, which is what this is. So let's talk about what this DLC added. To start off, we have a brand new map to explore, which is set out in the country, thus resulting in there being a lot less buildings and parkour situations, and a lot more open spaces filled with zombies. To counteract this, the developers have provided you with a brand new mode of transport that was noticeably absent from the base game: the buggy. That's right, you can drive in this new DLC. This buggy can be customized with different paints and skins and upgraded to be more durable, fast, and powerful, and it allows you to get around the much more open world a lot quicker than running. Alongside this buggy comes a brand new skill tree, including brand new skills for the buggy specifically. Everything from crafting specific level buggy parts to adding a flamethrower and electric cage to it, allowing for even more effective zombie annihilation. The buggy also controls very well and feels absolutely great to drive. Despite this, driving and the buggy can get a little bit frustrating at times, as parts of the buggy can break, which you then need to repair or find resources to craft new parts. All while you want to just focus on running over zombies and getting to your next destination. Now, one of the biggest letdowns for this DLC, in my opinion, is the lack of parkour locations, due to the fact that this was possibly the best aspect of Dying Light. I understand that they wanted to try their hand with a different mode of transport, but to me, it just doesn't feel as fun or enjoyable as parkouring across the whole map to get to your destination. Yes, there are still some small towns and locations where parkour is possible or even necessary, but sadly, nowhere near enough. They have also added new weapons to this DLC, but possibly the most standout weapon is the crossbow, which can be attained through another new addition to this DLC, which is the Trust rank. This Trust rank is earned through completing quests and tasks for specific people within the world, and you'll earn rewards for attaining the various levels. As you level up your Trust rank, you will unlock the crossbow, then later the upgrade for it, and elemental arrows. Since I got this weapon, I've basically used it non-stop throughout both the DLC and the base game, as it's a powerful and stealthy way to kill zombies from a distance. You can transfer your character from the following back to the base game, so anything you do in the following will be in the base game too, so you'll be able to keep all the items you get, all the leveling up and everything, which is really helpful. Now, let's talk about the story a little bit, and don't worry, there will be minimal to no spoilers. You're sent out to the country because you've heard rumours that some of the people living out there are immune to the zombie virus, and you're heading out to earn their trust and to find out how they managed to become immune, or if it's just a massive hoax. There are also multiple endings to this DLC, which is a nice addition for those of you who like a little bit of choice in your games. Overall, I think the story is actually a bit better than the base game, but still not the craziest and best story of all time by any means. This story also kind of leads on from the main game, so it's kind of a progression in Crane's story. Most of the other aspects of the game are pretty much the same as the base game, from the combat, sounds, textures and lighting and all the rest. One small thing I did notice, due to it being such a large open map, is that some of the grass textures from a distance were very repeatable and looked very out of place. Now, how long is the actual DLC? As always, according to How Long to Beat, if you complete just the main story, it'll take you around 10 hours to complete. If you aim for the story, plus some extra exploration and side quests, then it should take you around 14 to 15 hours. And if you go for the completionist approach, the game should take you around 21 hours. So, decent amount of content here for just a DLC. If you loved Dying Light, then I honestly think you will enjoy this DLC as well. It realistically is just more Dying Light, which is always a good thing. Besides the reduced parkour and partial reliance on the new buggy, I would say this DLC is a lot of fun. Now, the big question. Should you buy the following? Dying Light The Following is usually $28.95 Australian dollars or 20 US dollars, but it's currently on sale for 66% off, bringing it down to $9.84 Australian or $6.79 US. The Following also comes with the enhanced edition of Dying Light for those who don't yet have the base game, which usually costs around $84.95 Australian dollars or 60 US dollars, but it is currently on sale as well for 70% off, bringing it down to $25.50 Australian or $18 US. These also regularly go on sale during Steam sales and even just at random times, so if you miss this sale, there will always be more. I would highly suggest buying the enhanced edition of Dying Light if you haven't yet got the game at all. If you do have the game, then I would say that you should buy this DLC whether it's on sale or not, as it is more of a great game for a pretty decent price. But if you're patient, waiting for a sale will save you quite a lot on this DLC, but either way, I would say you should buy it. Anyway guys, hopefully you enjoyed my shorter form late review of Dying Light The Following. Let me know in the comments below what other games I should review, and if you enjoyed this video or it helped you out at all, maybe like or even subscribe, that would be fantastic. Anyway guys, peace out.